Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, their stepfather, Daniel Martell, in my opinion, has lied his ass off, and the mother has done virtually nothing. We got a lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace. Smile through pain with a painted face. They called me too loud, too much, too strong. But honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is January 16th, 2025. It is currently 10:05 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Bonjour. Hello. I've got my phone here in case my messenger, I can't see your messages on this side. So the last live stream I did, I couldn't see anyone's messages. It was so frustrating. But so far it's going good. So far. Tonight we're talking about Jack and Lilly Sullivan, who vanished from their Pictou County, Nova Scotia home on May 2nd, 2025. Since then, there has been no sighting of Jack and Lilly, and still yet today, we have no idea where they are. But they have unredacted some of the new documents, and we're going to look over those this evening. Also, a new article that's out, isn't it, Daniel? And we are going to be talking about that. And that thing right there. Okay, so good to see you guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Before we get started, if you don't mind, hitting that thumbs up button would be so thankful. Would really, really appreciate that. Let me say hello to a few of you. There's my YouTuber. How you doing? Robin, Passion Flower, Cherie, Allison, Robin, Mama the Bomb.com, Adele, Rajui, Pam, Robin, Shelby, good to see you. Allison, hello. Wendy, V to the Oakley, Allison, April. Let's see here. There's Miss Dina, Cindy, Forget Me Not, Never Can, Never Will. Nancy, good to see you, my dear. And Anna Banana, good to see you. Glinda, hello. Becca, Christy, hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining me. So we're going to get right down to it. Oh my God, he annoys me. Daniel, you are shameless. You really are. You're just shameless. I've just never seen anyone quite like Mr. Mattel. The global news.ca did an article we're going to talk about here. Mhm. And there's a video that goes with it. We'll just go ahead and play that video. It's at 1 minute, 19 seconds.
We are learning more tonight about the home life of missing siblings Jack and Lilly Sullivan, thanks to newly released court documents. Details in the files obtained by Global News further pit the children's mother, Malaya Brooks, and stepfather, Daniel Martel, against one another. According to the transcripts, Martel says the couple met just over 3 years ago on Facebook dating and moved in together after about 2 weeks. Also in the documents, Brooks told investigators the couple's relationship could be physically abusive at times, alleging Martel would try to block her, hold her down, and on one instance, pushed her. Martel refutes the claims.
I kind of seen it coming after, on May 3rd when she abandoned the search for the kids. And ever since, after the May 3rd, after she left, it was a narrative to paint me as evil. And
well, in my opinion, you are evil. You are, in my opinion. And that's because nobody that's nice does unspeakable things to children, having black eyes constantly and all that. Daniel, did you forget that you told one of the reporters that she's going to blame all of this on me right after she left? Now listen, I agree with a part of what you're saying. A mother should not leave. A mother should not leave. I mean, I don't care if I had to live down the road from you, I would be knowing what the hell's going on. But do you not remember, Daniel, when you told the reporter she's going to blame all of this on me? How quickly your little math head forgets.
Monster and all these other things. I've always been very open and honest this whole way through, and I don't see no reason.
You are not open, and you are certainly not honest. Open and honest, my ass.
Reason to stop now.
Brooks declined Global News' request for comment today. We'll have more from reporter Ella MacDonald's interview with Martel tonight at 11.
Oh, look here. Hold on 1 second. I want to replay something part of that. I want to see. Shit. 1 second. What are you wearing, Daniel? What are you wearing? God. Look at him. Look at him. Pitiful. Just pitiful. It must suck to just lie like that constantly. Lie over lie over lie. All right. So here is the article. Excuse me. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Greatly appreciate it. Share the live out. Would mean so much. The stepfather of two Nova Scotia siblings who disappeared months ago denies he's ever been physically abusive to the children's mother, as alleged in recently unsealed court documents. Daniel, what about you dreading? I know you were dreading for this part to come out. You knew it. You knew it was coming out, Daniel. The RCMP told you this was going to be coming out eventually. And you dreaded it. You know what I'm talking about, Daniel. Quote, I've always been very open and honest this whole way through, and I don't see no reason to stop now, end quote, said Daniel Mattel in an interview with the Globe News on Friday. Let me tell you something. Somebody who says, to be honest, just to be honest with you, they're not being honest. They're not being honest. You don't need to say, I've always been open and honest. No, it's not the way it works, Daniel. Lilly and Jack Sullivan, ages 4 and 6 at the time, were reported missing on May 2nd, 2025 from their Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia in Pictou County. They were living with Martell and their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, at the time. The children's family had to call 911 and said the siblings wandered away that morning from their home, which is situated in a heavily wooded area. Despite repeated and extensive searches involving police, volunteers, and cadaver dogs, the children have not been found. Daniel, what about the RCMP members that said, Daniel, you need to think a little bit harder about Thursday evening? Can't you be open and honest about that? Can't you be open and honest about that, Mr. Mattel? My freaking thing just quit moving. Let me put this one here. Oh, thank you so much, Lori Mann, for gifting a 1 pearl necklace, girl. How you doing? Appreciate you very, very, very much, my love. If you received that pearl necklace, give our girl Lori a big old thank you.
That's the sound of the police.
It looks like the cops are here dropping donations left and right. Oh yeah, baby.
That's the sound of the police.
That's what it's going to sound like for you, Daniel. You know, Daniel, that you can play all the semantics that you want, Mr. Mattel. You can say, I fully support the RCMP, but yet you can't talk about Thursday evening. You can't talk about Thursday evening. Nancy, I did. Just rewind, honey. Just rewind, darling. Okay. Now, let's go on with this. The documents were filed to support applications for search warrants, and none of the allegations have been tested in court. Quote, when asked if Daniel was physically abusive, Malaya said he would try to block her, hold her down, and once he pushed her, end quote. Now, let's talk about that a minute, shall we? Because what did Daniel say here? Hold on. Let's go to here, and what did he say? Here we go. Let's find his little meth mouth. There he is.
He abandoned the search for the kids. And ever since, after the May 3rd, after she left, it was a narrative to paint me as evil and a monster and all these other things. Always been very open and honest this whole way through, and I don't see no reason to stop now.
Brooks declined.
Well, Daniel, you know she was making these claims against you even before Jack and Lily went missing, right? That you would hold her down and all of this. And you know, I've spoken to your ex-girlfriends, right? And all of them have had bruises. So you're so full of shit. You're so full of shit. It's just pathetic. I think someone just sent me something. 1 second here. Did someone email me something or something? Okay. All right. We'll check it out here. He used to throw things at Jack and make it look like a joke, apparently. Yeah. What kind of witch he is. Okay. Look at little, oh, bless her heart. Look at little Lily there. You should be ashamed, Daniel. She said he would also take her phone from her when she tried to call her mom, which was sometimes get physical and hurt. In response, Martell said the allegations were part of a, quote, narrative, end quote, that is meant to paint him as, quote, evil and a monster, end quote. Quote, it was always Daniel's evil, Daniel's a monster. And with that paint of narrative, and the public automatically will just jump on the belief of guilty, end quote, he said. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. In fact, Daniel, quite the contrary. I actually took up for you in the beginning because you were the only one speaking out until you kept speaking. And then it was easily able to prove the multitude of lies that you have said over and over and over again. So, no, it's just not little evil Daniel, even though you are, in my opinion. Hold on. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay. All right. Cool beans. Okay. So it continues. Global reached out to Brooks Murray, who declined to interview. You should be ashamed too, Malaya. You should be absolutely ashamed that you have virtually done nothing for your 4 and 6-year-old children. Virtually nothing. Martell said he was supportive of unredacted. I haven't read this. Martell said he was supportive of unredacting the court documents and has nothing to hide. Daniel, oh my God, you lying sack of garbage. Oh my God, I wish I had. I don't know where it's at right now, but let me show. I'll show you guys the next live stream. He was dreading this to come out. I should send this to the fucking news about, yeah, how truthful he is. Right, Daniel. Martell said he was supportive of unredacting the court documents and that he has nothing to hide. Quote, I never physically abused Malaya, end quote. Okay. I believe it was physical. I believe it was mental. I believe it was emotional. I believe it was all of those. Absolutely, Daniel. You are so blithely unaware of your arrogance. It's astounding. It's really astounding. Our fights were about just typical things, ups and downs that happened in relationships, everybody has them, but it never turned to physical in any way, says the math smoker. Says the math smoker. Got it. I would certainly believe you, Daniel. He said he'd been candid and open with police and the media and willingly submitted blood samples for DNA analysis. Really? So you submitted your DNA, Daniel. Well, good for you. Good for you. Wonder if they were asking for anybody else's DNA. But Daniel, that seems like a lie as well. Because on DT show, you said that they came in with they offered you a drink and you said, "You know what that's right for, don't you, Daniel? They wanted my DNA. And if they just wanted it, all they had to do was ask me for it." You were paranoid, was what it was. So I doubt it if you've even given them a DNA sample. We'll see, though. Unbelievable. According to Mattel, the blood testing was in regards to the piece of pink blanket that officers seized and had confirmed belonged to Lilly. Quote, and they didn't need a search warrant to have my DNA, so I was willing to do it, end quote, he said. I guarantee you they still probably got a warrant for that, regardless. How did she get that red injured ear? Good question. Good question. Mm-mm-mm. And they didn't need a warrant to have my DNA. Martell says puts first trust in the RCMP. In a year-end interview with the Global News, Chief Dan Morrow with the Nova Scotia RCMP Criminal Operations Division called the case extremely rare. He said police have received about 1,030 tips, conducted 84 interviews, reviewed 8,100 video files, and conducted 7 polygraphs. That's a lot. Does Janie get visits with Meadow? If not, why? I don't think so. I don't think she does. So there's been a lot of work conducted behind the scenes, Amaro said. In June 2025, the children's disappearance was added to the province's major unsolved crimes program, which offers a reward for up to $150,000 for information in the case. Now, do you think if they thought that they were out there in the woods, that if Jack and Lily just walked off in the woods, don't you think that they wouldn't be offering this big ass reward? They want someone to come forward because there's a crime, in my opinion. Meanwhile, Mathtel said he doesn't want to, quote, throw away theories out there or accusations, end quote, even though you certainly have, Daniel. And he's limited his activity on social media. You've limited commenting. You're watching right now, Daniel. He said he puts his, quote, full trust, end quote, in the RCMP and their major crimes unit. Quote, I'm going to believe what the RCMP believe and whatever they believe or whatever evidence that they have, end quote, said Martell. I hope he follows that. I hope you follow that, Daniel. No, Joy. No. He's watching too. No. Quote, I can only get based on what I can only go based on what they have because they're the trained professionals. They have the resources for the case and they're the ones working the case. End of quote. End with the file of Ella McDonald. What is this?
My name's Dan. But while it's rare, what's the part that isn't rare is the complexity of the case, like why it's taking so long, because these investigations have to be done in a methodical approach. It started to generate a lot of national media attention and even international.
Did the RCMP find that difficult to manage?
Basically, anybody that was involved with that investigation felt that elevated level of concern.
Oh, that's the old one. Okay, got it. So that came out 4 hours ago. Goodness gracious. Now we've got some new things out. 1 second. What's this? What is this? The mother of the 2 young siblings who have been missing for 8 months told Nova Scotia police her common law partner. Okay, same thing. Got it. Okay. As for the police investigations, Martelli said he recently signed a consent form and submitted a blood sample to the RCMP for genetic analysis. Look at this. They want your DNA, Daniel. I bet you they're getting closer. I bet you they're getting closer than Daniel. As for the police investigation, Martel said he recently signed a consent form and submitted blood sample to the RCMP for genetic analysis. Quote, I watched investigators check the box for myself, indicating no criminal involvement, he said. You are full of absolute shit. You are full of it. Yes, that's right. Daniel just said that he watched the RCMP check the box that there was no criminal involvement, even though this bastard is lying. We know better, Daniel. We know better. 1 second here. Can you believe this, guys? Yes, RCMP, open up.
RCMP, open up.
That's what he says there. You're getting loopy, Leslie. They might mean not to upload to offender database of convictions. That's right, the Kush. That's right, he is. Dee said they wanted his DNA for the blanket. Yeah. It's laughable, isn't it, Susie Q? Laughable. Quote, I watched investigators check the box for myself, indicating no criminal involvement, end quote. He said, quote, so I have no criminal involvement, and that was my very first time seeing that in writing, end quote. Do you think they're going to be filling out your no criminal involvement whenever they have not cleared a single soul? A single soul. Lisa, no one special. No one special. Promise you, baby. Hmm. That's right, Sharon. That's right. Search warrants and the applications needed to obtain them are supposed to be made public after they have been executed, with some exceptions. Now, my question is here. He said he recently signed a consent form and submitted blood samples in RCMP. Now, he said that was based on the what is it? I can't think. The pink blanket, right? Well, guess what? Guess what? Daniel, they've already cleared you before they've got the DNA back? Daniel, are you saying they already cleared you before they got the DNA back? Come on. Oh my God, Christine. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so very much, my dear. Yay. Love you, darling. Appreciate you so very, very appreciate you. He works on the crime unit team. Baby kisses. Thank you so much, Christine. Love you, darling. Appreciate you so very much, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. DNA, DNA can be applied to potentially other unsolved. Now, the RCMP has your DNA. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you again, Christine. Appreciate your love. Just unbelievable, this guy. He has to, like, he has to really get that pipe nice and hot before he does an interview, because he couldn't possibly say this sober. And I know you certainly couldn't. What? Don't talk to me, Justin. Bleh. Oh, andale.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
There you go. Chicken. Yeah. Let's see here. She's insufferable.
You aren't old enough to buy cigarettes.
Janie, neither are you. Neither are you. You old codger. In other news. Okay. Search warrants and the applications needed to obtain them are supposed to be made public after they have been executed, with some exceptions. But in this case, the RCMP have argued that certain information must remain private as the police investigation continues, despite several extensive ground and air searches, including a search in October using cadaver dogs. Few clues have been detected to indicate what happened to Lilly and Jack after they left their home in Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia. In July, the Mounties said they were conducting forensic tests on a pink blanket. I want to impersonate Daniel a minute. I said, a pink blanket? Well, and then I put two and two together. And I realized I had put a pink blanket in the garbage, because my mommy, she said, don't feel the trash too much, because I feel the trash too much sometimes. He's truly insufferable. Break down, shake down, take down, you busted. That's right, Wolfie. Preach it. Okay, let's see here. Let me see here if I can find it. Okay. The pink blanket found during the search of a heavily wooded area near the family's home At the time, police said family members, and I can't see the other part of it. So there's that. Who is this through? The Canadian Press. When was this? Daniel Martel, Nova Scotia. Let's see if this is it. Was it through the National Post? Who is that through? Where we get to the documents. I've got another. Okay. I don't know. I guess that's 1 second. A pink blanket reminds me a pet cat. V. Oakley, you're so funny. That's so funny. Pretty much. They're the same. It's just the type of guy that Matt Tell is, if you ask me. All right, let's get to these documents. Y'all ready for this? Okay, I found it. At the time, family members said they had confirmed the blanket belongs to Lilly. In August, the Mountie released search warrant documents indicating the family members had found the blanket in a tree in Lansdowne Station Road on May 2nd, about 1 kilometer away from the family home. Police later dispatched a tracking dog to the area, but the animal was unable to pick up a scent, the document says. But on May 4th, police found another piece of a pink blanket inside the trash bag at the end of the driveway of the children's home. During the interview Thursday, Martel said the blood samples he submitted would be used to test something on the blanket, but he did not provide details. Really? Well, let's go back to that in a second, Daniel. Meanwhile, the RCMP said investigators continue to assess hundreds of tips from the public and more than 8,000 video files, including footage recorded by motion-activated trail cams and dash cam footage. Okay. So he says in this document right here, right, that they were going to use that sample. They were going to use that sample to test the blanket. Now, I wonder if they're testing other people with that blanket. I bet you they started with Daniel. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe they started with Daniel. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe they started with Daniel. I certainly think they started with Daniel, if you ask me. But that's just me, right? Okay. Well, Daniel says here that they said, Martel said a recent signed consent form and submitted a blood sample to the RCMP for genetic analysis. I watched investigators check the box for myself, indicating no criminal involvement. So I have no criminal involvement. And that was the very first time seeing that in writing. Well, you are, Daniel, just so you know, you're innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law, right, in the Western hemisphere of the, right? But they're not there to say whether you're innocent or not. It's up for the courts to decide that, number one. But why would they be testing your DNA if you have nothing to do with it? I would just a question. Why are they testing your DNA, Daniel? What do you think, chat? Why would they be testing Mr. Daniel's DNA. Let me see here. Flippin' Flute Club says, I think the biggest mistake Daniel and all of the other complicit losers made was assuming that since they neither loved or valued or cared for Jack and Lily, that the public wouldn't. That gets an applause. That gets an applause. That is absolutely. You are 100% right. That's exactly what they thought. Daniel thought nobody will care about these kids. Nobody will care about these kids. Guess what? Wrong. Wrong, Mr. Mattel. Very, very wrong, aren't you? Okay, let's get to the documents. Okay. I'll make sure I'm reading it all. 1 second. Okay. Here is the new unredacted documents. Y'all ready for this? Oops. Okay. I got the wrong one. 1 second. There we go. Why do they always say guilty are the loudest to protest their innocence? Yep. You're right, April. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Daniel provided statements to police on May 2nd, 2025 and May 4th, 2025. The following is a summary of what he said. Daniel said Malaya took the baby, Meadow, and left with her family. She blocked him on social media and he couldn't get in contact with her. And let me just pause right there for a moment because Daniel would not leave Miss Malaya alone the entire. Get a clue, Daniel. Get a clue. Don't really blame her for that. Daniel said he rarely used to or checked on his phone. Does anyone believe that? Does anyone believe that Mr. Daniel rarely checked on his phone? I mean, for goodness sakes, he's got to at least check and see if the math dealer is coming in hot.
RCMP, open up.
Right? He's at least got to see if the math dealer's coming in hot, right? Of course, nobody believes that. I think he would, but I think he took the anger out more on Jack and Lily because they weren't his. Oh, we know his supplier. Exactly. The only thing someone that's on the math is on more than they're on the hot pipe is they're on their phone and the roads. That's the only two things. The three things that they're on. Number one, the hot pipe. Number two, the phone. And number three, the roads. That's how it works in that order. Janie is oh my God. Janie is too busy with an oyster shucker. That's what it's about. Children, look at this. This is an oyster shucker. The last time I had a pap smear, the doctor needed rubber gloves and an oyster shucker. Yes, it was like shucking corn. God, get over here, Tucker. Get over here, you little shit. Come on. Tucker, where are you? Tucker, are you blue? Tucker. I'm going to make a song. Tucker. Tucker. Okay. When asked about Friday morning, Daniel said the following. Daniel said he was in the bedroom with Malaya and Meadow, who were in bed with him. Aw. Lily came in a couple of times, but he did not check his phone to see. The television was on and it was daylight outside. One second, I'm gonna message, I think. The television was on and it was daylight outside. Lily didn't say anything. She would just open the door and look and then leave again. She did this 2 or 3 times. They used to remind her not to rush into the room because they wanted to make sure Meadow got a good sleep. Sometimes the kids would wake her up. Okay. Okay. Daniel said he got up and he did not hear the kids. He thought it was only a few minutes since Lily poked her head in the door. He went out and saw the back sliding door was closed. The children didn't usually close it when they went outside. Their boots were gone. Daniel ran around the house looking for them, but they were not there. Malaya got up when he got up as well and was looking for the kids. Daniel ran outside, but they were not in the yard and he couldn't see them. He got in the car and drove around. You got in the car? Daniel, Malaya doesn't drive a car. Malaya doesn't drive a car. She has an SUV, but you had a car. He got in the car. Just a little note there. A little note there. He then ran around in the woods looking for them. He searched for hours. Guys, he searched for hours. How could have Daniel searched for hours if he was just outside, right? If he was just outside, ran up to the cabins, right? Came back down. Malaya was on her phone with 911, went in, set his phone down, right? And then got the key because there's 2 keys, right, to the 2017 4-cylinder white, 4 doors, 4 wheels, 2-liter V6 Nissan Pathfinder, and went and drove around there for 10 minutes. So how did he search for hours in that 10 minutes? Oh, the 2 keys. That's right, Adele. Oh, the 2 keys. He said he did not look at the time and he didn't even take his phone. Regarding Thursday, Daniel said that kids did not go to school because Malaya thought the kids were sick. They all left home around lunchtime to go to and got gas at the Circle K in Alma. They went through the Tim Hortons drive-through for food. Daniel said he thought the kids were sleeping. They drove to Truro and went to Malaya's grandmother's house to do laundry. Spent most of the day there. They went shopping at Walmart and got food. Redacted. Right? They left her grandmother's at around 9:30 p.m. and got home at 10:30 p.m. Well, Daniel's lying here, right? Daniel's lying here. And it's so interesting how this happens. Think about this, guys. Daniel says, he tells them in the documents here that they don't get home till late that evening. right? But then he also tells the public that they were putting up a fence that evening with his mother, right? Junkyard Janie. So he knows he's trying to throw them off. And RCMP said, no, 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 no. You're getting the days confused. Talk about Thursday. Now, why would he get last night? Literally, last night. They go to bed. He wakes up. The kids are gone. They call 911. They look, and then they ask him, tell us about your morning and tell us about last night. And you can't remember last night, but you can remember Wednesday. You're full of shit. You are absolutely full of shit. If you can remember Wednesday and going into Tim Hortons and remembering the kids are sleeping, but you can't remember the night before. Come on now. Sam, he says different things. He also stated that he used the phone flashlight to look. Sure did. Hello, Donna. Good to see you. Happy belated birthday. I feel something happened to Jack and Lily. Scene on Daniel cleaned up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Now look at this. And got home around 10:30. Then put the kids to bed. Daniel said he thought Malaya put them to bed. He didn't know what they were wearing because they were underneath the covers when he, meaning Daniel, checked on them. Daniel said he thought he went to bed fairly early that night and that he didn't wake up until it was light the next morning. He remembered getting an email that Malaya had marked the kids absent for school on his phone at 6:18 a.m. on Friday. So he remembers getting the email and all of that, but he can't remember the night before. Daniel later said Malaya had to get redacted on Thursday between 12:40 and 1:40 p.m. So he thought they must have done that before they went to Truro, even though you're lying like a damn rug there, Daniel. Daniel could not remember if they went to town Wednesday or not. He said he had a conversation with someone who was helping his with the redacted. He bought he but he thought that was Tuesday. Regarding the family situation, Daniel said they used to live with Malaya's grandmother until, right, Daniel, you got in an argument with her. But they moved, redacted. They moved to Daniel's mother's house, and Daniel's mother's moved onto the camping trailer on the same property. All right. Now, this is the yellow's the unredacted part, the new unredacted part. He later, okay, this is very important here. May 17th, Donaldson took a statement from Justin Smith, who lives in the area where Jack and Lily went missing. The following is a summary. Justin Smith said he was on good terms with the McKenzie family and helped Janie out in the past. He did not know Malaya, Daniel, Jack, or Lily specifically. So you tell me this. Daniel was blaming all the neighbors before. Why under God's green earth would this person, this neighbor, have a beef with you when he didn't even know you, Daniel? Why? Mm. Oh, wait. He only helped out your mother. On Thursday night into Friday morning, he was up around 1 a.m. on Facebook. Around 1:30 a.m., he heard a car on Highway 289 turn around by the railroad tracks near the area of Gerlach Road and Lansdowne Station. It made noise, then went quiet. The vehicle was quiet for about 2 minutes, then drove toward Larrick Road. In my opinion, and his opinion, because my opinion is based off of what he saw or heard, I believe this guy 1,000,000,000%. The vehicle, okay. He later spoke with Brad Wong, who informed him Daniel's vehicle came and went 5 or 6 times that night. Wong said the car Smith heard was Daniel. Unredacted here. Smith helped with the search on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but did not find anything. Let's see. On May 31st, Sergeant Stanton and Ford took a statement from Natasha Haywood, who called the office to report she had seen. Okay, that's where they had seen like the whatever. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Wade Paris underwent a polygraph examination in relation to the file analysis polygraph. Okay. What's this? Okay, here we go. The night mountain bike team came in to do searches on the trail areas. All right. They conducted more searches in the area of the house. They brought in heavy urban dogs who used air scenting to find people that are alive. They heard reports of people with kids out searching, so they were not sure the boot prints belonged to Lilly or Jack. They did think it was an out of the way area for people to bring their kids to search. In the area of the search, they checked blinds, tree stands, and other structures of where open. They opened car doors if they were unlocked, but did not enter the house of those who lived in the area. Justin Smith spent 3 days looking for kids, Malaya. He did more than you. Hell yes, he did. Hell yes, he did. Is someone deleting something in chat or something? Hey, Melissa. Good to see you, honey. Good to see you, love. Okay. Between May 17th and May 19th, a secondary GSAR search was conducted in the area. The following is a summary. Okay. They had about 70,000 drone photographs to review. Yes. Hello, Rachel. Good to see you. Okay. That's good. That's okay, Mama. Okay. I'm just not used to seeing it from this end while I'm live because it's slow on my end. That's why I'm looking down so much. Okay. So and they needed further inspection. On May 31st, a bone was located by G-Star during the search, and it was seized and photographed by Donaldson. Donaldson gave the bone to Corporal Matthew to deliver to the medical examiner's office. Matthew provided the medical examiner office with the bone, who determined it was non-human. One second here. Okay. Hey, Meemaw, good to see you. Okay. Between May 8th and May 9th, the RCMP underwater recovery checked bodies of water in the area and Jack and Lily's residence. The following is the summary. No, that's a lot, Donna. It's a lot. This is where they checked the 3 ponds and all of that. In the campground, the boats was placed in 3 ponds. It is, Rochelle, it really is. It's finally coming to light little by little. You know what I mean? Little by little. Thank you so much, Wolfie. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for being a friend. I can't populate it right now because it's just not working on my end. Thank you so much. There it goes. There we go. Appreciate you, my dear. Love you guys at Clutch Them Pearls. Justice for Jack and Lily. And we are not going to stop. You can bet your assets, Daniel. You can bet it. Right.
Thank you for your donation. Thank you for your donation.
Thank you for your donation.
I can smell a legend. I can smell a legend.
I can smell a legend. I got you, Sassy. I think I got you. So then I was going to go see my daughter. Then I got high. Now my car is being towed, and I don't know why. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. Wolfie, you're so funny. Sassy just emailed this to me. Look at this. Yeah, that's funny. I was going to the CPF's office, then I got high. I was going to go see my daughter, then I got high. Now my car is being towed, and I don't know why. Because I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. Oh my God. That's so funny. That's so funny. Isn't it, Jane? Isn't it? Oh my God. Wolfie, you're hysterical, Wolf. You're hysterical. Lord have mercy.
FBI, open up!
Mother chickens.
Better late than.
Blanche! Pregnant!
I am not pregnant. I just went to the gynecologist office. And I can tell you one thing. I am not pregnant. He needed an oyster shucker to get it open. I mean, it was like really, really getting an oyster shucker. Have you ever opened a clam before? Have you ever cracked an oyster? I'm just telling you. It's not a pretty sight. Okay. I mean, I told Tucker it'd only take 30 minutes as he was out in the car. I said, Tucker, it's only going to take 30 minutes. I'll be back. But damn, 2.5 hours later, he had to go to Lowe's to get a damn jackhammer. Sandwich, I was just bloated. Thank you so much. I was just bloated. God have mercy. Someone grab the cause light, the Craven, a menthol, Sig, the Afghan crochet blanket, and then go scratch cards. And then I'll go to the Dollarama. Full of shit. Yeah, full of shit. Who are you? You are so funny. Lames flipping. Someone grab the cause light. I'm craving a menthol. Sticks, we're going to crochet the Afghan blanket. And then we're going to go scratch. It's in the house. Yeah. Yes. Yes, at the Dollarama. That's all we're going to do. Who shucked a clam? Sandwich. I have not had my clam shucked since 1976. Okay. Mohawk, where in the hell have you been? I texted you. I sent people to search for you. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. I'm up here working, talking like Janie. Working my clam off right now. Literally, my clam's in the floor. Where have you been, Mohawk? We were worried. I know. I'm smoking my menthols. It's just terrible. With the heater on the RV, it's a fish fry. Sandwich. Oh my God, sandwich. Oh my God. Did you hear what Sandwich just said? Oh my God. Oh, seafood broil. Yes, Mohawk's here. She is. She's here. Clam chowder. Yes, we got the clam chowder. Of course, we got the clam chowder. Who wouldn't like the clam chowder? Okay. Let's get back to this. Crazy. So funny. Oh my God. I was looking at you like this, Mohawk, when I was trying to send a text message the other day. Good God, where'd Mohawk go? Which one is it? 1 second. This one. This is us pretty much the entire time of looking at Daniel.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit?
I smoked a menthol when I smoked. Yes. No, I don't think my son had anything to do with it, and I didn't either. Yes. Yes, the clam chowder. Exactly. Okay. You're so funny. On June 19, 2025, URT. That's instead of the yurt. That is what Janie gets. Instead of a UTI, she gets a URT. She gets a yurt. Listen, mine's different. It's from the oyster shucker stuff. I get the yurts. The yurts. I hate it when I get the yurts. I tell Ron, I can't go to town today. I've got the yurt, Ron. Janie, my bad. It's okay. What in the yurt is going on here? Hello, Belinda McLean. Good to see you, honey. Sounds like it hurts. Well, look, it does. It's the yurt. He's like the biggest liar ever, I swear. Raking dirt with the very clever sandwich. You really are. Raking dirts with the yurts. Then I gotta raking dirts with the yurts. Janie stores her clams in her. Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. She does. Grab your lube and your Skittles. Exactly. Completed a search of the pond, and they had been done previously at the Lorda campground, but nothing was located. URT was checked a swampy pond, also known as Janie, related to a tip that was received that said the pond should be checked, but there was very little water, and it's not suitable for diving or any other tools available to them. Okay. On May 9th, the yurt went to Lansdowne Lake. They used sonar to check the lake and nothing was located. They checked all of the areas they believed were easily accessible by small children, but they didn't check one of them. They said they didn't believe that she could have got to it. Okay. I'm about to be my pants, y'all are a mess. You know how it is. At 10:38 a.m., Mugford launched an RPAS. That was Daniel's UTI. Yes, he's got the RPAS. He's got the RPAS. Something's growing off his RPAS. From 1407 Gairloch Road and began initial search utilizing both live cameras views and thermal imaging by a nearby swamp and waterways adjacent to the property. Mugford continued grid searches of the area contained between Lansdowne Road, Gairloch Road, and Lansdowne Lake, approximately 0.5 kilometers north of the residence. The search included a low altitude hover over Lansdowne Lake, performing a 360-degree scan of the lake and the water's edges. The results of the lake search were negative. At 2:07 p.m., Mugford brought his RPAS down due to the battery depletion. Because the Department of Natural Resources helicopter, the RCMP helicopter, and the RPAS operator, Tin Napal, were all carrying out aerial patrols, Mugford did not carry out any further flights. Mugford carried out vehicle patrols on Lansdowne Road between Gairloch Road and Montreal Road. He checked a number of concrete waterways which passed under the adjacent rail bed. All were negative. So that's new. That's definitely new. We did not know that. Yes. Yes, that's instead of the HPV vaccine, Janie and Daniel gets the RPOS vaccine. Yes. Yes. Janie, what in the RPOS are you talking about? Janie didn't get up because her yurt hurt. Janie's multi-purpose shaka because scratch a shoehorn. You are hilarious. You are freaking hilarious. I get your humor because that's my humor. I sometimes I just need to have a little humor because it's very depressing. Janie's multi-purpose shaka back scratcher shoehorn door stopper. Yes, thank you so much. You want to see an actual picture of me? This is an actual picture of me whenever I come out using my shoehorn. When I sit on my shoehorn, this is exactly how I come out of the trailer. I hate sitting on that shoehorn. But damn, the door stopper, the shoehorn, whatever you want to call it. I mean, this is how I walk. Walk it like you talk it. Walk it like you talk it. And I know when I sit on that shoehorn, okay? Trust me. I know. I'm just saying. Oh, thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you so much, darling. You're so sweet. I appreciate you. Are amazing, Kelly. You're very, very sweet, my love. Let's see. What can we get you? Let's see here. Oops, wrong one. Yes, the door shaka, the shoehorn, all of that. It's kind of like set it and forget it. Kind of one of those things. You can use it as a shoehorn, a door stopper, a back scratcher. Yes, on the spin cycle. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kelly, for your donation, darling. Appreciate that very, very much. He checked a number. Okay, we read that part. Okay. A poopa scoopa. Yep. There we go. They did septic searches as well. Oh my God, Kelly, you're a freaking legend. Thank you so much. You are a legend. How you doing, girl? Thank you so very, very much, my darling.
Thank you for your donation.
Didn't he sound weird?
I can smell a legend.
You're a legend. Oh, damn. That might, yeah. What the hell happened to my ears? There we go.
Hello, Mr. Moneybags.
There you go, Cal. Thank you so very much. I need to move that one, I think. I think it's under police buzzer. 1 second, y'all. SpongeBob. It is. Because I got it less than the Dollarama, you know. It's a little bit less than the Dollarama. I love the horns. The shoe horns too. I love the shoe horns too. I haven't had a good shoehorn. What were those desserts, guys? Weren't they called like horns or something like that? They were like those round thingies and they put cream in the middle. You know what I'm talking about? Weren't they called like horns or something like that? They're an old like dessert or something. Cream horns. Yes. Cream horns. Yes. Yes. So it's a door stopper, a shoe horn, a cream horn, A back scratcher. No, it's not a scone. We know what a scone is here. We know what a scone is here in Nova Scotia. Okay, we definitely know what it's. We know what a scone is. For God's sakes. I mean, we got Tim Hortons here. Tim Hortons is huge. Yes, Timu. Timu SpongeBob made from finely woven taka fur. Chad, I'm wondering if when Daniel finally gets charged and arrested, how long until Janie completely flips on him and says she was scared and played victim. I don't know if she would. You think she would? A flea picker. Yes, a flea picker. It's, you know how long it's been since I've seen a flea picker. I don't know. Do you guys think she would turn on him, in your opinion? I don't know. I think Janie couldn't take that test because she was freaking out. Was it really her heart? Because she didn't know anything was wrong with her heart. Like, she loves that dog. Like, she talks about that dog more than her kids, grandkids, anything like that. No, Linda, it's Toenail Clipper with an AH. Toenail Clipper. Fun fact, Tim Hortons hasn't been Canadian in years. It's owned by a Brazilian private equity company. Well. The more you know. We don't have a lot of Tim Hortons here. There used to be a lot of Tim Hortons, but there's just not a lot of Tim Hortons anymore. Get the dog a custom flea picker. Thank you. All right. So septic searches. They did on May 21st, 2025 and May 30th. McIntyre and Donaldson arranged for septic searches at 1407 Garelock Road and the nearby Lorda campgrounds. And on May 21st, 2025, McIntyre and Donaldson went to Janie's residence and arranged for a septic tank to be pumped. Janie gave him permission for it to be pumped. Nothing was located. Well, of course, it was a free pump for Janie. You know, the last time Janie got a free pump? On May 30th, 2024, Donaldson and Rungan, how do you pronounce it? Runnigan met with the owner of Wanda Lease and Todd Pellerine of Lorda Campground. The following was searched. All locked and unlocked buildings were searched with nothing located. 3 septic tanks were pumped and a camera was used to search inside the tanks. Nothing was located. On January 9th, 2025, Dr. Deborah Karmar of the RCMP National Center of Missing Persons and Unidentified Remains provided a report of her satellite analysis and image review of the area surrounding Garelock Road. The following is the summary. This is interesting. Dr. Deborah Kamar is a forensic anthropologist, and she requested by the UCMPUR to complete an assessment of the potential for GIS satellite analysis on this file. The location provided by investigators were used to define a search area of 21.2 square kilometers with a time frame interest, get this, from May 1st, 2025 to May 3rd, 2025. Dr. Kamar's report concluded there was dense cloud cover on the day of the disappearance and intermittent dense clouds on the cover of May 3rd, 2025, which limited the number of images available. There were 2 images available for purchase on May 1, 2025. Dr. Kumar said because the image inventory was low, the expectations of discovering anything of evidentiary value were low. Now, isn't that amazing? And that cost money. On July 2nd, 2025, I read the report written by Dr. Deborah Kumar, dated June 9th, 2025, in relation to her satellite analysis and image review of the Gerlach area between May 1st and May 3rd. I also read Dr. Kumar's curriculum, which was provided with the report. Okay. What did Joe say? Oh, hey, Joy. It's good to see ya. Not if it makes the deal. Well, I didn't know they went that far. Yes. Yeah, like they even pumped Janie's septic tank. I mean, that's hello. I mean, I'm just saying. Malaya confirmed the blanket belonged to Lilly. It previously was used to block a window, and the other half was in the garbage. Haley thought, wow, guys, isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting, that part right there? Lots of voices in there. Thank you very much. Remember how they said joyous? They said it was for a door, then they said it went from under a door for the draft, and they said something else as well. But here, they're saying it was for a window, right? And remember how that, I don't know, blanket in the window came down, and then once I called it out, a couple weeks later, there was a pink blanket back in one of the windows. Let's talk about it, Janie. Yes, cover a window, then used as a door, then a draft stopper. Exactly. Why so many anti-tanks on one property? Why so many anti-tanks? Oh, septic tanks? No, there was just one on Janie's property, and the others was on the campsite. Yeah. Tucka fills the tank up pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's move along here. On July 12th, Himmelum and Robinson obtained a statement from Hayden. The following is the summary. Ooh. Hayden said Malaya is his sister and Lilly and Jack are his niece and nephew. Hayden said he got a text saying that the children were missing on May 2nd, 2025, so he went to Lansdowne to help. His grandmother, Patty, went with him. Hayden went with Haley and his girlfriend, Emily, to search. They drove around and Hayden saw a piece of fabric in a tree. He told his sister to stop so he could go look at it. Hayden said it was a blanket on a branch. He said it looked like it could have blown there or someone threw it there. He said the tree was a small, bushy tree, more of an what's an alder? What the hell's an alder? He said the blanket was hanging 3 to 3.5 feet off the ground and hung up like a bath towel. He described it as pink, fuzzy, girly blanket. It's a tree, like an elm tree. Okay, never heard of it. But it was hanging up like a bath towel, y'all. Way to go, Daniel. Let's give Daniel. Way to go, Daniel. Hooking up like a bath towel. It was located right on the shoulder of the main road at the corner. He said they went right back and got the police officers who came and looked at it. The canine unit came and took the dog up the trail. Hayden said he took a photo of the blanket on Emily's phone and went back to show Malaya. Malaya said it might be Lily's, but she threw it out in the garbage. Oh, that's interesting, y'all. That's interesting, which we already knew. Malaya said she threw it out in the garbage, but Mr. Daniel says he threw it out in the garbage. And Janie here, she said, I saw my son put that in the garbage. I saw my son put that in the garbage because I told him, don't make the bag too heavy. Okay. I've already put my oyster shucker in there. So don't make it any heavier. Yeah, and it was actually 6 foot. You're right. But Malaya said she threw it out. Right? So that's very interesting. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's super math tail. Mm-hmm. Where did my spot go? Okay, Hayden took a photo of the blanket on Emily's phone and went back down to show Malaya. Malaya said it might be Lily's, but she threw it out in the garbage. Hayden said he did not know what happened with the blanket after that. Hayden said there were also clothes on the ground, but they looked old and ripped up. I'm telling you guys, this is my Give me 1 second, y'all. Oh, the battery died, I think. I am telling you, in my opinion, I believe that there was clothes. I think there was more than just that blanket. I really do. I don't know if Daniel got a hold of it in time or what, but I feel like there was more stuff planted than just that blanket. I bet if they put all three in jail cells, somebody would start talking. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I agree. Food club. Yep. Yep. I believe there was absolutely more planted. Hayden said he did not know what happened to the blanket after that. Hayden said that there were also clothes on the ground, but they looked old and ripped up. Hayden said his grandmother called Darren. Oh, look at this. Hayden also said his grandmother called Darren. Oh my God, Jen, you are so late. Who is her first cousin? He wasn't completely sure Darren's last name, but thought it was Darren Geddes. Geddes got involved and was going all over the internet saying Geddes said he knew where the kids were, that they were in the quote Indian reservation and were safe. Hayden said he thought police tried to talk to Geddes. Really? Hayden said nothing. Geddes is saying is making sense. What does that mean? Hayden said nothing. Durwood is okay. Hayden is saying nothing that Geddes is saying is making sense. Well, that's true. That's absolutely true because he makes no fucking sense at all. Right? He makes no sense at all. Mods, please, not mods, please hit that thumbs up, y'all. Okay. Durwood did confrontational in his interview, of course, but it just shows you that he has been involved in this longer than we even realized, right? A lot longer than we realize. 303 Joya says, thank you. Durwood and Mattel are talking in circles. Okay. Emily Oakley said she is Hayden's girlfriend. They were staying at Patty's, and she woke up to a phone call saying the children were missing. They went out there and started to help. She went with Hayden and Haley in the woods. They drove around. They saw kids' clothing hanging on a fucking tree. Do y'all hear that? They got out of their car and were looking at them. They didn't touch them because they thought it might be evidence. Really? Really? Yeah. Like a little blanket was just neatly wrapped around a tree like a towel. And so were kids' clothing, not adult clothing, kids, KIDS, kids' clothing. It's so obvious. Is Daniel arrested? Hell no. In fact, in an interview that was released today, he said he is innocent. And the RCMP told him, checked off the box that he was innocent. Whatever. Daniel. Yeah, I agree, Misty. I know, Rachel. It's crazy. This is just insanity. It really is. It's just insanity. Okay. They saw kids' clothing hanging on a tree. They got out of the car and were looking at them. They didn't touch them because they thought it might be evidence. Emily said there were 2 t-shirts and a blanket. I can't either, Jen. My God. 2 t-shirts and a blanket. The blanket was hanging in a tree and the clothes were on the ground. Emily took photographs as soon as they got out of the car. They drove back and asked Malaya if the clothing belonged to the kids. Malaya said the blanket belonged to Lilly, but the clothing did not. They then told the police, who went to investigate. Seriously, Wolfie? Oh my God. Emily looked the data from the photographs and saw they were taken on May 2nd, 2025 at 3:24 p.m. So they had to be planted before 3:24 p.m., which means, in my opinion, they were most likely planted before 10 a.m. or 10:15 a.m. on May 2nd. Yeah, Belinda. Yep. Oh, he now later said that they were shirts? Wow. Yep, that was Friday. Yep. Okay. Obtained video surveillance on April 30th, 2025, and on May 1st. He later reviewed the video from Wednesday, April 30th, and saw the following. Malaya entered Walmart at 7:54 p.m. holding a baby. That would be Meadow. Daniel entered the Walmart at 8:01 with 2 children, believed to be Jack and Lilly. Have you noticed that they never go in at the same time together? Have you noticed that? Like if they're at the Dollarama or at Walmart, they go in at different times. It's so weird. Yes, sandwich, yes. There were clothes and blankets and garbage everywhere. I have noticed that. Why do they do that? I don't know, Joyous. It's just weird to me. It's like most people, like, if you're with your husband, your wife, your friends, your kids, or whatever, you just go in at the same time. Probably baby kisses. Right. Okay. So Malia and Daniel and all 3 children left Walmart at 8:48. So they were in there about 50 minutes or so. Malia was. On May 9th, 2025, Cave reviewed video surveillance and the receipt from the Dollarama, dated Thursday, May 1st, 2025. The following is the summary. Privileged information. On May 28th, 2025, retired McKay reviewed the remaining bus video from May 2nd. The following is a summary. I want to know what this is because this talks about that fucking blanket. And you know that, and I know that. This part right here talks about that blanket. And we need to know more. Right. I had several conversations with Bergmark on the video canvas conducted in the area of Jack and Lily's residence. The following is the summary. Bergmark was assigned as the video coordinator on May 15, 2025, in addition to a previous canvas that occurred during the initial days of the investigation. A secondary, more in-depth video canvas is being conducted in the area of Gairloch Road with an 8-kilometer radius. From 1407 Gairloch, the canvas started on May 17, 2025. Bergmark and his team have checked approximately 250 residences in the area. The time frame being requested is April 27, 2025 at 8 a.m. to May 3rd, 2025 at 8 a.m. Interesting. 24 residences with cameras or trail cameras are confirmed to exist and have video or photos from the time frame requested. 21 videos or photographs sets have been seized but have not thoroughly been reviewed. Now, this is interesting. A thorough review of the vehicle surveillance collected using specialized software is ongoing. Do you hear that? Is ongoing. What did we hear last night? What did we hear last night with that? Was very interesting. Let me see if I can pull that up. Let me see if I can see it here. Bear with me. They said that they got some new information. Let me see here 1 second. They talk about new information. Okay. In submission recently filed recently with the court as part of the CBC's application to access records, the Crown noted that although there is no reasonable grounds to believe a crime has taken place as the investigation persists, it, quote, could become criminal and persons of interest in the disappearance of the child might be identified, end quote. The submission also included an affidavit filed by the RCMP noting police are, quote, leveraging technology-based investigative technologies which may provide information to support criminality and uncover the whereabouts of the missing children. McCammon said those techniques include the use of sophisticated drones and video review programs. One second. Arnfeld said he's surprised the investigation has not turned criminal. In his experience, missing persons cases are generally deemed suspicious if they are not found after about a week. Quote, investigators are still sort of pussyfooting around whether or not foul play is involved and whether there should be a strictly criminal investigation, end quote, he said. Quote, I don't have all the facts, but I will just say it is novel in terms of these types of investigations, particularly dealing with two children. McCammon said once investigators have gathered all necessary information, we'll make decisions on criminality that may be relevant to the case. Yes. Yep. How about that? Everybody knows this is criminal. Come on. Come on now. Dean White, thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Really do
I
appreciate
can smell a legend.
I can smell a legend. You're a legend, darling. Thank you so much for your support. Everyone knows except Daniel, right? Everyone knows except Daniel. Yes, it's going to be Britney Spears. Knock, knock, knock on the door.
RCMP, open up.
It's time for makeup. Perfect smile. It's you they're all waiting for. Daniel, isn't you lucky you busted meth pipe? And they go. Sorry. I get a little ahead of myself sometimes. Oh, God. 20. Okay, so a thorough review of the vehicle surveillance collected using specialized software is ongoing. 1,517 videos and photos of approximately 5,000 videos and photos have been reviewed. Let's see here. Vehicles of those residences are also being logged for later comparison if required. How about that? I have several conversations with Spears regarding the management of tips received on this file. I learned the following. Spears is managing all the tips that are received and reviewing them as they come in. He said there has been over 620 tips in the investigation thus far. The tips include information that have been provided anonymously. Oh, I wonder if Janie's calling on her son. She's like, hold on. She's like, RCMP, yeah, I wanna go on to anonymous. Okay. I know I sound like Janie, but this is not Janie. Okay, I just want to say. Hold on for 1 second. Tucker, get down. Get down. I'm not going to give you a dog treat. Your Uncle Ron is not going to give you a dog treat. Okay? Sorry, RCMP. Again, this is not Janie. I know I sound like Janie, but it's not. Okay? I want to call this tip in. There, the neighbor, one of those neighbors said that they heard Daniel's car, right? And I'm not going to say I'm Janie, but I will say that I live close to Daniel. And I did hear several calls that night. Now, I'm sure Janie would talk to you if, you might offer her a deal or something, a little dealy dough or something, So maybe talk to her, maybe give her a call. I'm sure she'll talk it in. That, something's going on here. 1 second, I just got a text message. Bear with me. Nope, it's not just your screen. I see you. Nope. Nope. 1 second here. Okay. Sorry. The dog. Yes, it's the dog. Okay. Each tip is being followed up by investigators assigned by MCU. That is Janie's code word. Okay. And documents on file, which Spears has reviewed as well. Next page. On June 16th, 2025, I received an email analysis, Stephen Carter, detailing his review of the redacted. The following is the summary. Okay. Analysis Stephen Carter said he completed searching the, and this is privileged information. Thank you, Webbs. Thank you, darling. Yes, Carter. We got another Carter. We got a Tucker, and a Carter, and a Carter. On June 26, 2025, Donaldson met with Malaya and Hayden at the Bible Hill Detachment. The following is the summary. Malaya provided Donaldson with a USB. Ooh, listen to this, y'all. Dun, dun, dun. With a USB that contained a video conversation between her grandmother, Patty, and a male identified as Durwood, Darren Geddes, like the Geddes address, something that we have here in the United States. It's not the Gettysburg address. Malaya said the conversation is of Geddes telling Patty what happened to the children. The phone conversation happened and was video recorded. Oh, you busted. Oh, God. Durwood, this does not make you look any better. Like the old cartoons. This is Durwood running. That's him picking him like the Flintstones. That's him. Malaya has been talking. Yes, she has. She's been talking. Mm-hmm. Yep, she sure has. Can I read it back? Of course. I'd be honored. Malaya provided Donaldson with a USB that contained a video between her grandmother, Patty, and a male identified as Darren Geddes. Geddes, also known as Durwood, also known as Dirtwood, also known as Sack O Shit Durwood. Malaya said the conversation is of Geddes telling Patty what happened to the children. The phone conversation happened and was video recorded on June 21st, 2025 at 7:25 p.m. Durwood stuck that big ass nose where the sun didn't shine. Remember how he was so clever? He was so clever of Miss Patty. Miss Patty, even if I don't agree with you, you're still right.
RCMP, open up.
Who remembers that? Who remembers that? Mm-mm-mm. Well, everyone just kind of wanted to know, like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? So, Durwood, we know you've been in this a lot. Oh, we got more Getty stuff down here. This is the Getty burger dress that Durwood is trying. Yes, you can, Durwood. Yes, you can. You're trying to get people to believe you. Well, Durwood has been saying he's 98% sure of what happened. I bet he really does, in my opinion. Well, he might. Oh my God, we got a gifted membership. Thank you so much, Dreamcatcher. Where all my dreams come true. Thank you so much, darling.
I can smell a legend.
Thank you so much, darling. Really do appreciate you. If you received one of those, if that gifted membership, make sure you thank our Dreamcatcher. Thank you so much, darling. Appreciate you. No wonder that poor girl's in the hospital. I know. It's crazy. What is Patty's character like? I don't know. Justin, stay in the Janie voice, please. Okay, moving on. Excuse me. I received an email from Matthew detailing his review of the USB. The following is a summary. On June 28th, 2025 at 10:10 a.m., Matthew, every time I say his name, am I saying that wrong? I feel like I'm Medea saying Matthew started reviewing the two files on the USB he received from Donaldson. On June 26, 2025, Matthew said the file captured a conversation between Patty and Durwood, which was video recorded by a third party. Ooh, I wonder who that third party is. I bet I know. The video recording captured Patty holding her home phone, with speaker mode activated. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. Patty was gangsta. Gangsta. Okay. The video recording captured Patty holding her phone on speaker mode activated so her conversation with Geddes could be heard. Corporal Matthew believed there was an explanation of privacy. Sorry, there was an expectation of privacy as per R.V. Maraca, and stopped the review of the recording to request an order be obtained. So they got an order on that. Very interesting. They got an order. No, they knew. No. When it was given to the detective, they started listening, and they didn't know. They didn't say Durwood. They didn't know Durwood. Durwood didn't know he was being recorded, so they went and got a warrant for it. Oh my God, Adele, thank you so much, my darling. Really do appreciate you, darling. You are so kind, my darling. Where is the other one? Donation. Thank you so much, my darling, for your donation. I appreciate you. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much, darling. The video recording captured Patty holding her phone with the speaker mode activated. Speaker mode activated. So her okay, we read all that, and they got a warrant, all that. Based on Hayden Murray Smith's comment in the statement in paragraph 55, I believe Getty's may have information. Listen to this, guys. This is a note. Durwood, I know you're in here. I seen your text. What do you have to say for this, Durwood? Seriously, write it in chat. I believe Getty's may have information relating to Jack and Lily's disappearance and or whereabouts. Talk about a bombshell. Talk about a bombshell.
RCMP, open up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, bitch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's big, if you ask me. I believe Durwood is trying to protect someone very, very close to him. Oh, he's in chat. He was just in here a second ago. What was he under? He was in here just a second ago. Damn. I think it was under damn something. I'm pretty sure that's him. I pray the arrest comes on the 1-year anniversary of them disappearing. No, I don't think he's protecting Janie. I don't think he's protecting Daniel necessarily, but I do think he is protecting someone that may have assisted or even possibly drug involvement, you know? Said the first time Jordan called into Ollie's. I don't think he gives a shit about Durwood. I don't think Durwood gives a shit about Daniel or Malaya, to be honest with you. He's only going to protect his own people. He's not going to put this much stress on him if it's not for something else. On May 30th, 2025, McIntyre and Wood. Wait, did I skip this? Yeah, I did. Sorry. On July 16th, 2025, the USB made an exhibit by Dunderdale. The following is the summary. The USB was taken from Matthew's desk and secured in an evidence bag, then placed in temporary locker number 18 in the exhibit room at the Bible Hill RCMP detachment. Dunderdale added the USB as an exhibit to Pros, and it was given property exhibit PE number. Write this down, Durwood. You're going to need it. 202-558-377-5016. Again, that is 202-558-377-5016. Information on Durwood Geddes. On May 30th, 2025, McIntyre and Wood met with Geddes as he said he wanted to provide information on the disappearance of Lilly and Jack. The following is the summary. Are y'all ready for this? Open up, mother chickens. That's right. Burn it down. Burn it down. Geddes did not want to provide an audio recorded statement, but had a conversation with McIntyre and Wood. Now, Durwood, why did you not want an audio recording? Why? Tell us why, Durwood. You're in chat. Andale. Make it ASAP. Come on. Let's get on with it. Why is that, Durwood? Geddes said he spoke with Daniel about 2 weeks after the children went missing, and Daniel confirmed he was not involved. Oh. See, Durwood, when you lie and then you want to tell the truth, the problem is people's not going to believe you. Geddes spoke with Patty about the investigation. I received an email from Matthew detailing his review of the USB containing the conversation of Patty and Durwood. On July 16th at 11:28 a.m., I had a conversation with Dunderdale in relation to him making the USB an exhibit. On July 16th, I read a task action report with ID 185 written by McIntyre and dated May 30th, 2025 in relation to his conversation with Durwood. McIntyre and Durwood was confrontational. Sorry, I take that back. I read that wrong. McIntyre said Durwood was confrontational and evasive to questions asked of him and wanted police to provide him with information about the investigation. Well, you know that's not going to happen. Sorry. Not going to happen, my darling. Not going to happen. Okay. He became upset when his questions were not answered. On June 24th, 2025, an analyst, Erica Roberts, with the New Brunswick RCMP open source unit, provided a report on open source checks for this file. The following is a summary. Durwood O'Grady provided an interview on a YouTube channel. It's a criming shame in relation to the disappearance of the children. Durwood O'Grady is a pseudonym for a male believed to be in Malaya's grandmother's cousin and potentially Getty's. Getty's, what they're saying is Durwood O'Grady is a pseudonym that they believe is Malaya's grandmother's cousin and potentially the real Durwood. Getty's put forward a theory that Malaya would have dressed the kids, took them to the road, and put them in a vehicle with the intention of being in the next vehicle out of there with the baby. Getty's put forward a theory that Malaya would have dressed the kids, took them to the road, and put them in a vehicle with the intention of being in the next vehicle out of there with the baby. He said what he was saying, quote, could be wrong, could be speculation, quote, end quote. On July 9th, Donaldson met with Malaya in his role as family liaison. Malaya requested a meeting with Donaldson for an update on the file. Malaya said Durwood uses the name Getty's uses the name Durwood O'Grady on social media. On May 2nd, 2025, at 10:01 a.m., Lilly and Jack Sullivan were reported missing from the 1407 Gairloch by their mother, Malaya Brooks Murray. She reported that they walked away from their home and could not be located. Malaya, her boyfriend, Daniel Mathel, and his mother, Junkyard Janie McKenzie, were at the residence when the children went missing. They all provided statements saying they heard or saw the children between 8 a.m. and 9:40 a.m. on May 2nd, 2025, but could not provide an exact timeline of when the children went missing. How convenient. How convenient. A police investigation has since confirmed the children were last seen outside their home on May 1, 2025 at 2:25 p.m. at the Dollarama, which was confirmed by video surveillance. An extensive ground, aerial, and underwater search was conducted between May 2 and 9, 2025. Okay. On July 16th, I read a report completed by an okay. There's the post file. I read the task report, ID 172, written by Donaldson on date July 9th, in relation to the family meeting of Malaya. Yeah. Didn't Durwood say it was 100% ironclad, not speculation? Yeah. I got you, Jen. Hold on. I need to wet my whistle. This is a lot of reading. What's going on? Mods, don't time him out. Don't time him out. I want him to sing like a canary. Whether it's threats, whether it's, homophobes or whatever, let him say it. I'm here for it. In fact, Damn, my camera won't work. I was gonna put my lip gloss on for him. Damn. I guess I can change my camera. So no record of the kids after May 1st at 2. Yeah, there is record. I mean, if you believe Malaya's mom, she saw them after. Yeah, it's okay. Whoever it is, we want to let them shine. I'll find their IP address after this. So it's okay. Oh, they were being rude to Joyous? They better not be being rude to Joyous. Joyous is my mummy, and you will not be rude to mother. Okay? Someone timed him out for 1,800 seconds. Okay, you undid it. Okay. Let the homophobe come back. Just don't be mean to the mods. You can be mean to me all you want. I really don't care. I truly give 0 shits. Like none. Maybe to the person who just texted me. On May 17th and 18th, 2025, May 31st through June 1st, 2025, and June 19th, 2025, the children were not located. Statements were obtained from various family members, teachers, and acquaintances of the children and family with negative results. Over the course of the investigation, over 620 tips have been received from the public, and follow-ups has not resulted in locating the children. Video surveillance has also obtained in an 8-kilometer radius surrounding the children's residence, which has not resulted in any investigative avenues to pursue. Wow. Yes. I can go back in and get his comments and get his IP address. I don't give a damn if he has a VPN or not. Anywho, video surveillance has also been obtained in an 8-kilometer radius surrounding the children's residence, which has not resulted in any investigative avenue pursue. I believe a record access order under the Missing Persons Act to obtain copies or access to the records related to the missing person of Lilly and Jack Sullivan, which assist to the RCMP Northeastern. Okay, I believe records access order under the Missing Persons Act to obtain copies or access to the records related to missing persons Lilly and Jack Sullivan will assist the RCMP Nova Scotia Major Crimes Unit in locating the missing persons by providing context of the conversation. Ooh. Between Patty and Durwood, which may possibly identify further investigation avenues that could be pursued. You know what they're going to do? If they're still continue mean to Joyous, just block them. Night, Lames. Good night, honey. Of course. This is interesting. I believe they might be knocking back on Durwood's door. I wonder if they'll get him for interfering with an investigation and perhaps uh, uh, I believe from speaking to Tom Dunderdale, detailed in paragraph 72, that the records exist, specifically a ScanDisk Cruiser Glide 64 GB USB. That sounds like one of Janie's personal toys. The ScanDisk Cruiser Glide 64. And Janie, all of this time, you bitch, you were judging me when I was checking out, looking, buying lube and Reese cups at the pharmacy. And here you are the entire time with a ScanDisk Cruiser Glide 64. What a witch. What a witch. I know it's a USB sandwich. I'm just being funny. Recording of conversation between Patty and Durwood. Durwood, you can sit on it too, and will be in possession or under the control of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police at Bible Hill RCMP Detachment 283 Pictou Road, Bible Hill, Nova Scotia, NSB2N2S7. I have no idea how to read y'all zip codes. Mohawk, I know, honey. It's a joke. It was a joke. And what a ScanDisk says, honey. The information therefore request that the above companies be ordered to prepare and produce a document containing the items set out in paragraph 3 that is in their possession or control when they receive the order. Applications for sealing order to protect information pursuant to the common law authority. It's a sit and spinner. It's a sit and spinner. That's what it is. It's a sit and spinner. I know it's a postal code. I just don't get it. This matter involves 2 missing minors who are the subject of this application. I believe it is in the best interest of the investigation and the administration of justice to protect the integrity of this ongoing investigation. There are still investigative avenues. I bet you Daniel, Malaya, Junkyard Janie, Durwood, and others shiver at this. There are still investigative avenues remaining within this investigation, and the investigation may progress to a criminal investigation should the elements of a criminal offense be identified. Due to this reason alone, I request that the application together with any supporting information be sealed from the public view. Any persons claiming an interest, legal or beneficial, and members of the public, that is, I guess that's it. Okay. That's all I got. I don't got page 47, I don't guess. Wow. She's all shook up. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Baby. Yep. Is Wolfie still here? Just read that. It happens. It happens. Very interesting stuff, guys. What do y'all think about this? Very, very interesting. To be continued. Let me see here if I've got 1 second, guys. Yes. 1 second. I'm looking at some emails. 1 second, guys. Oh, yeah, that's definitely Durwood. Who, yeah, don't talk to Joyous like that. I just got these messages. That's definitely Durwood. You wanted it released. It's Durwood or Daniel. I'll find out later tonight. I have my PI on it. DNA from the blood, from the evidence, from the spot of luminol used in the house. DNA for the blood from the evidence, from spots of luminol used in the house. I don't know what you mean, Bubbly Beth, on that one. Let's see here. Durwood and he doesn't like me either. I think he said Durwood and I think he said Wolfie and I would be the first in the trunk of his car. Well, honey, I'll be up there this spring with my lip gloss popping and all, baby. Okay. And I will be up there when they do the perp walks. It'll be grand. It will be grand. Joyous now. Don't be heartbroken over it. I know. Yes, God. Yes, God. Exactly. Oh, God. It's really sad that some people just want to lie on a 4 and a 6-year-old. And they just don't want the truth out. But guess what? They're a-coming. They're a-coming for you. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. It's freezing here. Don't come now. It is 8 degrees Fahrenheit here. I don't even know what that is in Celsius. It's very cold. Hold on. Let me tell you when Celsius. What's 8 degrees Fahrenheit? It is minus 13 Celsius here. Minus 13. It's all about Jack and Lily. It's all about Jack and Lily. But the thing is, it's not for some people. For some people, it's about lying their ass off to protect themselves or others. It's close to that here. It's so cold. I know. It's ridiculous. I hate it. Well, y'all, we've learned a lot. I'm going to have to think on this, and we'll dig a little deeper. It's 39 freezing degrees here. To be in Florida, that's ridiculous. Sleep meds are kicking in, Tina Kent says. Good night, Tina. Good night, everyone. My camera batteries died, so I'm not going to change them right now because I've got other stuff to do tonight. But I will see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing, or if anything breaks. I'm following a case out of North Carolina right now. It's not looking good. I might be live earlier in the day tomorrow with it. It's just not looking good at all. It's a young boy, and a lot's going on there. You're welcome, Ken. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you. I have to have some humor with this. It's too depressing otherwise. So I appreciate you guys. Good night, everyone. God bless. Hug your loved ones. You only get so many trips around the sun. Good night.